Hey everybody, this is David from Beagle Home Inspections coming to you with part 3 of our 15 tools every homeowner should have. In this one we'll be talking about tools 11 through 15, the final ones. Before we get started, what I want to talk about a little bit is, I've said you need to buy a quality tool because it'll pretty much last you forever. The other thing I want you to do is when you're researching what tool to buy, what you can do, different brands have different warranties on their tools. Some of them is 1 year warranty, a 3, 5 year, something like that. Some tools actually have a lifetime warranty for you. Some of them you need a receipt, some of them you don't. So what I want you to do when you're looking to gather your initial tools together, look at the company and see, do they offer a warranty? And if they do, go ahead and take it. It's just going to help you out. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started with tools number 11 through 15. All right, so number 11 is hammers, specifically claw hammers. They make hammers for all kinds of different situations. You just want a general hammer like this. Got a flat head, it's got a curved piece right here with a little groove right there. That's it. That's all there is to a hammer. A lot of it is your preference as to what you want as far as the handle type. There's wood handles, there's fiberglass handles, and then there's all steel ones. What's your preference? Go ahead and get which one you ever like. Also, the length of the handle they're sometimes a little bit different. So pick some up, go to the store, try each one of them, see which one you like, which one swings best in your hand. The other thing, this one right here is a 16-ounce head. This one is a 10-ounce head. If you have kids or you got little craft projects you want to do, this littler guy works really well. And you can see difference in the size head and the handle length is different also. Um, that's pretty much on hammers. There's not a whole lot to say about them, but you can customize it to what you want. The one thing I will say though is make sure when you get it that this piece does curve. They make some that have a straight out here. Don't get that one. Make sure you have a curved one. It just works. It's a better all-around hammer for around your house. So that's it for hammers. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Okay, let's do number 12, and it is screwdrivers. Kind of like when I was talking about in the first video about combination wrenches, you have a whole set. There's a little packet of them, and they come in different sizes. You have one size to fit your needs. The same thing that I'd say about screwdrivers is don't just get one. You should actually get a set of 3. And you can see there's a really long one, there's a medium one, and then there's a small one like that. And they do sell them in the sets of 3. So the really long one, hard to reach places. Sometimes it's more convenient to move away from a wall or against it. So this guy works really well. The medium-sized one, this one is you're going to use this all the time. This is your main work screwdriver. And then this little one is you got toys or just some fine stuff. You got to reach down into something. This works really well. There's not a whole lot to say about screwdrivers except get a set of 3. The other thing is this is a flathead. You also need to get a set of Phillips head. That's with the little cross marks on there. And the same thing, get a long one, a medium one, and then a small one. Get those 2 sets and you're set. I keep saying about buying a quality tool. Screwdrivers, there's a difference. So make sure you get a good set. And like I said at the beginning of this video, look for a warranty because some manufacturers have lifetime warranties. So you buy it one time, you're done. You just walk into the store, hey, this one doesn't work anymore. They give you a new one. So look into that. Just a quick comment about electric screwdrivers, things like that. Most people don't need them. If you are constantly, almost daily, unscrewing and screwing in things, sure, get one. It's easier on your hands and your wrists. But if you're just using it every once in a while with around your house, I don't see any reason to get one. Just get a normal guy like this, like I said, in flathead and Phillips head, and you're going to be set. All right, that's about it for screwdrivers. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, now number 13 is wire cutters. Every house needs a pair just for general trimming. These work really good if you have craft projects. You can use these to help trim things down, do whatever you need. Again, like everything else, they have little ones like this, they have bigger ones like this, so there's different sizes that you can have. Also, there's two different types of wire cutters, and what you want around the house is this kind, which is called a side cutter, which means it cuts on the side here, not on the top. They make some that cut when you close them, they close together like this. You don't need those. If you're doing a lot of like masonry, people use those. A lot of times it's just easier to get down there and grab the wires. So really this is all you need. There's not a whole lot to say about them. They cut wires. They don't cut sheet metal, they don't cut wood, they don't cut other things like that. They just cut wires. Do you need two pair? Not really. One should do what you need to do. Something to think about though is, do you want something like this, which has a cutting blade right here, and it's a side cutter, but it's also got a flat place like here, so it's like a pair of pliers and wire cutters in one. I like these because if you pull a wire around something, you can grab the wire, twist it with this, and then cut it off and cut the pigtails off with this. This is just nice to have around when you need, you know, like a multi-tool to do something with. Get into tight spots, things like that. This one comes in really well. So I'll leave it up to you guys as to how many of those you want to buy or what sizes. And that's, you know, there's not a whole lot to say about wire cutters. That's what they do. They cut wires. So, ready? Let's move on to the next one. Okay, number 14 is respirators, dust masks, those kinds of things. Kind of like the same thing like when I was talking about goggles. Do you need just the glasses? Do you need goggles? Do you need a full face shield? What do you need? Kind of the same thing here. What do you need depending on the project you're working on? Just for general day-to-day use, because all you really need is a dust mask. Unless you're cutting some boards and some sawdust is going in the air. You just don't want to breathe that sawdust in. Put it on your face and you're good to go. If you're doing something with fumes, then we got a whole different thing we're talking about. We're talking about an actual respirator with cartridges. There's keep you from breathing those fumes. That's a whole nother story. Is that a one-time project you're doing, and is it worth investing time and effort into this, or do you need to just pay somebody else to go ahead and do that? That's something you have to figure out for yourselves. But basically the idea is, what I said about goggles, if what you're going to be doing is going to create something to go into the air, protect yourself. Protect your eyes, protect your nose, protect your mouth, protect your lungs, and stop those things from going inside there. So put something over your mouth and your nose to stop it. What do you need? Depends on what you're doing. Like I said, you're just sawing, you're grinding a little bit, you just need there's pretty big particles in the air. A basic dust mask works. If you're doing finer things, then okay, maybe you need to talk about a respirator. Fumes, obviously you have to have a respirator on for that. And how much you cover your face depends on what you're doing. So again, if you're going to do something that is going to cause stuff to fly in the air, protect yourself, okay? Like I said, you can't go down to Home Depot and get another set of eyes or lungs or anything like that. Take care of the ones that you have. All right, let's move on to the last, and we save the best for last. So get ready. Okay guys, here it is, number 15, finally. If you remember, in the very first one, I said these tools that you should have are not in any kind of order except the first one. And if you remember, it was number 1 for a reason, and remember it was a plunger. This is really handy. You're going to use this all the time, especially if you have teenage boys. You'll need it a lot. So the other thing is, this last one is kind of in the last place because it is kind of the universal fix-it. And so number 15 is duct tape. Not duct tape like the bird, duct, okay? You know, you've heard the saying, if you can't fix it with duct tape, it probably doesn't need to be fixed, you just need to throw it out. This works, it's number 15 for a reason, because if everything else failed, grab this and use it. But like everything else, there's all kinds of different tapes too. This works really well on a lot of stuff. If your kids have a big refrigerator cardboard box and they're trying to play in it and trying to keep it together, duct tape doesn't stick to cardboard. So what you should have around the house is some of this packing tape. This sticks to cardboard really well. So not only do you need your duct tape, you got some packing tape for cardboard and other things like that. If you are painting, this stuff is amazing. This kind of this blue painter's tape. You want a straight line, you don't want any bleed through. This works really well. Take your time, seal it up right, and paint it right the first time. So right now we got 3 different kinds of tape. What else is handy around the house? Even if you don't do any electrical work, electrical tape does come in handy for a lot of things. It's a little bit stretchy, and it's got that plastic feel to it. It works really well for a lot of different things. The other thing you might want to have around the house too is some of this, and this is Teflon tape. You have a leaky faucet, you're putting some screws together, some connections, there's some threads on it. You put this on so it doesn't leak. The big thing to remember, this is for water, it is not for gas. There's a separate tape used for gas. And then there's another product out there too that you might want to think about besides duct tape. Duct tape is really strong, it works really well, but they have this Gorilla tape, and you can see the roll is almost empty. The stickiness is about the same as duct tape, but it seems like a little thicker, and if you need to hold something together a little stronger, this works really well. So as far as tape goes, different kinds of tape, get a variety of what you need, and use the tape that best suits your situation. And kind of like any other tool that we've talked about, if you use the proper tool, everything goes a lot better. So that's number 15. That's all there is for right now. So hang on, I'll be right back and say goodbye. Okay, so that's it. That's the 15 tools every homeowner should have. And remember, it's just a little introduction to each tool and different sizes, qualities, all that sort of thing. What I want to leave you with is make sure you have something, because if there's a little problem, you can fix it. If it's a little problem that you don't want to get bigger, maybe you can stop it from getting bigger before professional help can get there for you. And like me, I find a lot of pleasure out of fixing things around the home and taking care of my house, just general upkeep, general maintenance. And you need these tools to do some of that stuff. Remember what I said, get a quality tool. Don't buy the cheapest thing. Look for a company that offers warranties on your tools too. So you may only have to buy it once, and if it breaks or wears out or whatever, you can take it back and get another one. If you have any questions or you would like to see a video on a particular topic, go ahead and send me an email or text, or go to the website at www.beagle-home-inspections. Look at that. You can get in touch with me. You can see some of the services that my company offers. And that's it. So I hope everybody stays safe. Have a good day, and we'll see you in a later video.